eccentric. It was a freezing winter in 1960. Snow mussel tree, tooth height. The wind howled across the snow. Bring snow to the sky. A man is staggering in the snow, wearing a big padded jacket, wearing a thick hat, wrapped tightly, looking closely. His beard and hair were gray. He doesn't look like he's in his 60s or 70s. Walked under a tree. He opened his shirt. This is a locust tree. It's been a few years. He only remembers when he was young. This tree is already very tall and thick. It's a sign of the village. The name of their village is Huaishu Village. In her arms is a naked man, female doll, not yet full term, abnormally thin because it's cold. She doesn't seem to have the strength to cry, just helplessly kicking my calf. He looked at the baby girl for a long time, tears dripping from cloudy eyes. My great-granddaughter. Don't blame your parents. The snow nest he dug under the tree. Put the baby girl in, and then ignore the baby girl's weak cry. Put on the snowfield, then hurried back. His home, right in the middle of a low, run-down house in the village. The wind leaks everywhere in the cold winter. They were a family of 5 crammed into this crappy room. Haven't entered the house yet. I heard the old woman's sharp scolding. Get up and get to work. Can't even have a son. What kind of maternity are you still here for me? And you come and light the fire. I know, to be lazy every day. I raise you for leisure. Daughter-in-law just gave birth. The body is still weak. He was thrown out to chop firewood. His eldest daughter, 5 years old, was burning a fire next to him. The tears on my face have not been wiped clean. The little girl just saw her own sister abandoned. She's too young. She didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Her sister was silent first, and she survived. But that's also her own sister, even if there is no emotion. That cruelty also deeply frightened him. Take a step back, even if it wasn't him who died. But now he is like this. It's really better to die. What are you crying for? I haven't cried yet. What are you pretending to be here? And you, how did you come back, you immortal? You let me drink the northwest wind with your son. The old man sighed. Enter the door silently. I saw my son sitting on the edge of the calm and sighing. In 1961, due to the remote location of Huaishu Village, rely on the mountain to eat the mountain, to rely on the water to draft the water, but years of drought. Many people have died in their village. The grandson of the old man, finally born at this time, but it's just making things worse. The eldest daughter is 6 years old. It's time to grow. You eat more. It seems to erase the mother. Credit for giving birth to a son. Eat all day. I let you eat. I let you eat. Mom watches mother-in-law beating daughter, but didn't dare to say a word. The old woman grabbed her daughter's hair and threw it outside the door. Turn your head and scold your wife. Look at your stupid pig. The younger son was frightened by the scolding, crying with teeth and claws in Kantu. The old woman ran over to pick up the little grandson. Oops, Xiaobao doesn't cry. Don't cry. Grandma scared you. The old man lifted his granddaughter. Come here, granddaughter. We don't cry. Don't you know? Don't you cry. The harvest has been sluggish recently. Your mother has a bad temper. You are wronged. Winter 1961. The eldest daughter was secretly sold to the next village. A bachelor with a little surplus food at home. The day I left, drawing the skinny hand, grasping the eldest daughter, cried into tears. The old woman hugged Xiaobao and coaxed softly. If my sister is gone, we will have delicious food. Grandma makes something delicious for Xiaobao, okay? What does Xiaobao want to eat? In 1964, life had been peaceful for a long time. It seems that the second daughter who died, this is from the last century, and I heard that the eldest daughter was sold to a neighboring village, died soon after. There is only one pearl left in their palm. Grandma called him Xiaobao. At that time, the old woman was only in her 70s. The body is also very strong. Things started to change. This is the year. Xiaobao is 3 years old. You can speak intermittently and inarticulate. Xiaobao refuses to sleep at night. He pestered his grandmother to tell him stories. Grandma slaps the child sleepily. The brain is chaotic. Our village. There is a fairy. Come out and lie on the window at night. See who Xiaobao is not obedient and does not sleep. He will eat anyone. Window pavilion. Click. Grandma trembled. Wake up in an instant. I wonder what's wrong with me. How can you tell such a scary story to a child? Really sleepy to a certain extent. This mouth is not his own anymore. Grandma Xiaobao is afraid. Xiaobao wants the toilet. He had to carry Xiaobao out the door. The son, daughter-in-law, and the old man are all asleep. And it was quiet. In order to save, Grandma didn't light the kerosene lamp. But in the dark, the toilets in rural northeast China are usually in the yard, to the dark sky, especially in winter. Go to the toilet. It's a very, very courageous thing to do. So when people go to bed at night, there's a urinal in the house for emergencies. Xiaobao sits on the bucket, shiny black eyes rolling. Suddenly he pointed to the pile of firewood by the pot table. Grandma, why doesn't that lady wear clothes? Grandma got cold all over. His scalp was numb from Xiaobao's weird tone. What is Xiaobao talking about? What's there? What's there? Xiaobao really didn't lie. There's really a lady there, looking at you. You won't even look at me. Grandma really panicked now. Countrymen, especially the elderly, superstitious ideas are deeply ingrained. He knows that the child's eyes haven't closed yet. Some things can be seen. He had to turn his back to the door. Let go, old man. Old man, come out. Come out now. Everyone in the room was alerted. The old man is wearing clothes. Yawn out. What's up? Later, his son and daughter-in-law also followed, with people. His heart is not so hairy. Xiaobao said there was a girl there. Several people took a closer look. What a girl. Are you okay? Xiaobao is a child. It's time to think. Don't listen to him. What a girl. Let's go. It's cold. Go back to sleep. Grandma follows, scared. He glanced back at the firewood rudder. A leaf falls gently. When sleeping at night, Grandma has been sleeping restlessly. It was freezing, like something cold. Always in bed. The quilt is not stable, even if it is wrapped tightly. Grandma is afraid that Xiaobao will freeze. Wrap the quilt on Xiaobao. But the next day, Xiaobao still has a fever. High fever persists. Grandma carried him to the clinic. If you eat it, you need an injection. But it didn't work. Seeing Xiaobao's eyes red, stunning. Grandma, I'm cold, Mom. Xiaobao Lang, generally speaking, the child has a fever and feels cold. It's normal. But think of last night. Adults feel low in their hearts. Daughter-in-law pulled Grandma. Do you think the second daughter is back? This life is like thunder on the ground. The shocked old lady opened her mouth, speechless for a while, robotically went home. The old lady asked Hizzy to look after the children at home. Bring the old man and son by yourself. Went to the big locust tree at the entrance of the village. Put the only 2 steamed buns left at home. Piece of cake. Second girl. Don't blame Grandma for being cruel. At that time, natural disasters occurred in our family, as you know. Can't afford to raise 2 children at all. If you are really angry, take revenge on Grandma. Leave your brother alone. He's still young. The voice just fell, and there was a gust of wind. Branch trembling, crackling broken. Blood-red liquid oozed from the fracture. The 3 of them were shaking, helplessly kowtowing to the locust tree. Drawn shouts swim far and near, with horror and anxiety. Parents Gosheng. Not good. Xiaobao, Xiaobao. Xiaobao, what's wrong with him? Grandma got up eagerly. He fell back before he heard an answer. Xiaobao at home has burned red all over. Both eyes were swollen like they were bleeding. The child's father and mother take turns washing the child with cold water to cool down, but it didn't work. Yes, I remember now. The monk in the temple on the mountain behind our village. Didn't you say it's very smart with quotient? Go and bring up those pastries we have saved, begged the master. Wait until the master really arrives at this poor person's house. Xiaobao doesn't even have the sound of crying anymore. The pastry Yuan Feng didn't move and took it back. 4 walls. Really useless. But the most terrible poverty is not material. It's spiritual. Since they abandoned their little daughter. From the moment you sold your eldest daughter, this family is doomed to poverty. The master came over and rolled his eyelids. Put your hands together and bow. The resentment is too deep. Xiaobao has a high fever at night. Finally out of breath, the family cried, but it's not over yet. His resentment is too heavy, old lady. He's coming for you. You were the one who abandoned him. It was you who caused his death. You were the one who sold his sister. You are for this little grandson. Today you go under the tree to intercede for the little grandson. It actually angered him even more. The old woman also seems to have a fever, muddled. In the depths of the dream, someone called Grandma. The sound dragged the cry, like a boy and like a girl. The old woman sat up cleverly. Midday on the moon. There's nobody in the house. Little grandson died. There are still things to do. The whole family must hate him. Second girl. Grandma is sorry for you. Come to Grandma alone. Someone scratched the soles of his feet in the dark. She looks like a little girl in pigtails. The little girl looked up. I don't know what animal bit my face. Crawling deep eye socket. Only 2 bloody holes. The sound is crisp and scary. Don't worry. Ha ha ha. The next day. The old lady was seen falling in front of her house. Foaming at the mouth, can't get up. And it got around. Said it was the fault of their old lady. Now the ghost of the baby has its revenge. No one dared to sleep in a family of 4 at night. Sitting around the east, the old woman wiped away her tears. The shadow is drawn long on the wall. Suddenly the old woman jumped up, running out the door like crazy. Son and daughter-in-law can't hold back. The next day people were in the creek by the village. The body of the old woman was found. The stream is not deep, but a lot of sharp stones. The incision on the corpse is deep enough to see bone. Across the river, late at night, at the river pier, a woman is sitting on a wooden board by the river, holding a firewood knife. Blurred eyes. This woman's name is Chun Lia, an ordinary woman in the village. Night on the river pier, guard the logs floating on the shore. It's her job. It is also her only source of income. This is one of the village docks, a river not too wide. People on both sides. The spring festival couplets arrived at the pier as usual. Tonight is not as peaceful as it used to be. A family across from the pier is having a funeral. From the other side came the sick beating of gongs and drums, mages spellcasting and medicine, and the noise of the villagers on the other side. This is not surprising for spring festival couplets. On the other side, a poor woman died at the age of 14, according to the arrangement of parents, married to a man 16 years his senior. The so-called married life. The face is just too breed for this old man. Future generations because of some firewood, rice, oil, and life. Little things about salt. He also faced severe beatings from his husband at any time. This tragic life has continued to this day. His son and daughter enter a working marriage. He chose to die. Just such a life. Ended at the age of less than 40. This poor woman is being discussed in and out of the village. Rumors spread that there were multiple versions of his death. Some say he hanged himself in the bamboo forest behind the village. Others say he died from drinking pesticides. Others say he is behind the mountain. Eat poisonous herbs to die. The spring festival couplets consider themselves bold, unlike other rich people. These days, he still goes to the dock alone to look at wood at night with cicadas chirping. Spring festival couplets, remember the previous intersection with this poor woman. That was probably a year and a half ago. 2.5 years ago. I don't know exactly how long it has been. At that time, the spring festival couplets heard other people in the village say, on a hill not far from the village, changed bracken. The bracken there is so watery, tender and big. Can't finish picking. I can't stand it when I hear this spring festival couplet, organized with other women. It's been negotiated. I'm going to go to the mountain to pick the finals. The next day, the spring festival couplets are packed, ready to go out after breakfast. Among the people of the guild, there is that poor woman. Everyone has prepared the same outfit. Small sickle, 2 large woven bags, a pot of tea brought from home, an apron. That time, everyone's harvest broke the wind. At that time, everyone was going up the mountain to pick hard, final, sharing water and dry food brought from home with each other. The woman shared her own wormwood baba, he and other wealthy people. Nothing particularly different. It's all for the busy time at home, for days on end. Spring festival couplets still look at wood on the pier. After all, it is to look at wood and watch an overnight. Spring festival couplets are inevitably a little sleepy. He found a bigger plank, find the right angle. He lay down and went to sleep, half asleep and half awake. I can still hear the voices of the zombies on the other side. There is a gong, the sound of someone talking. Do you open your eyes? You can still see the red fire in the dark on the other side. It's a cigarette butt lit by a man when he smokes. In the second half of the night, the spring festival couplets heard a woman's voice, groaning that I'm so pitiful. Why can't you see it? The meaning behind the spring festival couplets. I opened my eyes and looked around. He struck the boards and stones around him with his wood knife. Look at no one around. Didn't take it too seriously. He fell asleep again. Not long after the spring festival couplets fell asleep, the woman's voice came again. Why am I the only one who is pitiful? Why am I the only one experiencing this? It's the death I chose. I'm so pathetic. Although the spring festival couplets are afraid, but the mouth still responded. Did something happen to your house? Did something happen? Girl, you tell me. The woman responded, I married this dead man when I was 14. I've been raising kids for him my whole life. The family also beat me up for a small matter of $2. Last time I got angry and returned his hand with a fight. He hit my head directly against the wall. Are you saying he is human? Spring Festival couplets here. I was shocked. I thought, isn't this the poor woman who died on the other side? This is a Spring Festival couplet that suddenly opens my eyes. Look around. He got up and he walked around, sweating on my back. He sat down slowly on a large rock until dawn. Spring Festival couplets, come home after dawn. Tell your man what happened last night. His husband is a fisherman. I live by fishing all year round. Work is also reversed day and night, like Spring Festival couplets. The husband of the Spring Festival couplets is also said to be unfortunate. He proposed to wait until the second half of the night to fish, rowing to the pier of the Spring Festival couplets. Go over and see what's going on the next night. Tonight on the other side is not as usual. It turned out that the funeral was over this morning. The villagers have already carried the coffin to the ground. The poor woman opposite, it has also been buried. The Spring Festival couplets still found a suitable place. He sat down and started a short fight. It's a very quiet night, until midnight. There is no movement on the river. The husband of the Spring Festival couplets is working on the river. Not much tonight. That's normal. It's off-season recently. Therefore, his husband plans to pass by the pier where the Spring Festival couplets work. Let's see if anything bad happens to him tonight. His husband rode to the pier of the Spring Festival couplets, looking at the Spring Festival couplets lying asleep on the old wooden board. The husband didn't wake him up. I was rowing all the way down to the river, thinking of dropping by. I want to replenish some small fish and shrimp by the way. The Spring Festival couplets seemed to be still asleep. I thought everything was calm tonight. Nothing much happened. But then something weird happened. Spring Lotus and Sleep vaguely see across the river. A woman is waving to him. Chun-Lian didn't know how to respond to that woman. But I saw the woman walking from the river. It's slowly drifting over. At first, the Spring Festival couplets can't see what the woman is wearing. But wait until the woman slowly approaches. The Spring Festival couplets couldn't help but fight a cold war in their hearts. I saw the woman wearing a dark scion beast suit, to braids during the period. 2 black hairpins are sandwiched on both sides of the hair. Livid face. He's holding one hand up, the other down, eyes full of resentment, slowly drifting towards the Spring Festival couplets. Spring Festival couplets. The poor woman who died on the other side. Spring Festival couplets are terrified. He wanted to get up and run away, but he found his body. I can't move. But the woman is getting closer and closer on her own. Spring Lenovo screams for help, but he found himself. I can't make a sound until the woman approached the Spring Festival couplets. The woman covered the mouth of the Spring Festival couplet with her hand, trying to push him into the water. The Spring Festival couplets are struggling desperately. I want to fight against that woman with all my strength. Spring Festival couplets are irrational now, only fear. But it seems that the Spring Festival couplets can't resist him. Gradually, the hair and neckline of the clothes feel soaked. This makes the Spring Festival couplets even more panicked. Finally, he called out to his husband. By this time his upper body has entered the water. The mouth, nose, and ears are filled with river water. Freezing cold. Spring Festival couplets desperately beat the water with their hands and tried to call for help. But I also feel myself. It's hard to escape this nightmarish encounter. The husband of the Spring Festival couplets is fishing with a small kingfish. Suddenly, his heart skipped a beat. I inexplicably want to go back to the dock to see my wife again. He rowed the boat not far from the pier. I saw the Spring Festival couplets fluttering on the water. Most of his body is already in the water. Husband surprised. Row the boat, right now. I picked up the Spring Festival couplets with a bamboo pole. Homeopathy pulled him up. Husband scolds. Spring Festival couplets. Ask him what happened. Spring Festival couplets are good in water. Not so close to the shore. Flutter two-gun water. Chun-Lian looked at her husband with fear in her eyes. Talking about what happened tonight. Husband frowned too. Indeed, the spring lotus at that time was also like a wet branch, and it quickly spread throughout the village. The poor woman on the other side married and invited a mage. Kill only attack practice. Spring Festival couplets. The husband also found a bride to help the Spring Festival couplets open and ward off evil spirits. Some people say it's because the woman in the village was too afraid to find anyone at the funeral. I can only find the Spring Festival couplets on the opposite side. Some people say that it was actually on that day. The Spring Festival couplets are next to the pier. A weasel passed by. It's brilliant. Want to harm people? Look, someone died on the other side. Just pretend to be a dead woman on the other side to hurt people. Can't think of it. July 14th is also known as Ghost Festival. There are many taboos on this day. Like, don't talk about the word dead, and don't go out. These are all. Of course, there are many more, so I won't list them one by one. July is also known as the Ghost Month. There are also many realms in this month. Tianli and Xiaomi are a pair of boyfriend and girlfriend. They both have a good relationship. But recently, Amy found out. Tianli actually fell in love with another girl. No matter how much Amy discourages, God's laws don't matter. So Amy threatened Tianli with suicide. In the eyes of heaven, 1 cry, 2 trouble, 3 hanging is a common trick for girls. But Tianli didn't expect. In the end, Xiaomi really committed suicide, and wearing a red dress. Legally, Xiaomi committed suicide, so Tianli doesn't have to take any responsibility. Just after Xiaomi committed suicide, Tianli often dreams of Xiaomi when he sleeps at night. In my dream, my hair was shaggy, wearing red clothes. I keep reciting the name of Tianli. What else did you say? He'll be back. Tianli is religious, so I'm very concerned about these things. So Tianli found a Taoist priest through a friend. I hope the Taoist priest can help him solve his problems. After seeing the Taoist priest's words can't help but frighten the sky. Raised to the extreme, the Taoist said, Xiaomi is angry, and the first 7 nights will come back for you. And he died in red, plus the first 7 nights. July 14th, again. It's probably doomed. Tianli knelt down and begged the Taoist priest to help him get through this calamity. It's easy to look at Tianli's sincerity, I promised him. Time goes by day. Ghost Festival is only 1 day away. Tianli is very confused at the moment, although I promised to help him resolve it. But he was worried. Just like that, another day of Ghost Festival passed. On the day of Ghost Festival, Tianli woke up early, go up the hill to the newspaper room. So the Taoist priest came to Tianli's house. The day passed quickly. Nothing happened. After dinner with the Taoist priest at night, The two stayed at home, honestly. It was already 8:30 after dinner, but still nothing happened. After a long time, the night is late. It's almost 12 o'clock. Tenri and Taoist priest are watching TV. How can Tianli dare to sleep at this time? Da da da. Minute hand points to 12. It was exactly 12 o'clock. Just then, the Taoist priest who was watching TV frowned, said he was coming. Just finished speaking. The original clear TV. I can't see anything. There was a clatter, and the lights on the ceiling. It's flashing all the time. It's like it's going to black out in the next second. I don't know where the wind is blowing. The windows crackled. The next second, the light goes black. The lights went dark all over the house. See here. The sky is already trembling. At this time, under the reflection of the moonlight outside the window, Tianli and Taoist priests can vaguely see clearly. In front of them stood a man in red-shaped figure. This scene and the law of heaven. What I saw in my dream was exactly the same. See here. The tears in the sky are about to come out. At this time, he shouted loudly, "Ghost Road, why do you bother?" The house was quiet, and no one answered. Only the previous Taoist priest's shouts are constantly echoing. The Taoist took out a candle. Blow with your mouth. The candle was lit, but the previous figure has disappeared. At this time, the Taoist priest asked Tianli to return to his room first. Here he will handle it. So Tianli went back to his room. Tenri just entered the room. There was a low-key shout from the living room. "I advise you to stay out of your business. Otherwise, I will also send it to you." "Instead," he said, "I'm really involved in this business." "What's up?" Just finished speaking. Under the faint candlelight, the red figure appeared again, like jumping over. He hummed softly, "Throw out a few royal talismans." But the red figure, it doesn't seem to mean to avoid. Another gust of wind. The royal talisman was ejected alive. I died wearing red clothes. Already a ghost. Besides, tonight is Ghost Festival again. The magic power of the ghost will be greatly increased again. No wonder he is so arrogant. I thought, so what? The beads of rice grains are also smooth. Give up. Instead, he took out a mahogany sword. That's it. Go ahead. Boom. Suddenly the original dark home. It was covered with light. In collision, it's with that red figure. Take a few steps back together. I just realized, this ghost has good mana. I underestimated him just now. Instead, he took out a rosary from his robe, hold in hand. Next second, he actually dismantled his rosary beads. He threw it at the red figure. Directly the red figure. Suddenly, several identical figures appeared. Instead, he had to throw the beads scattered. When those figures were under the impact of the beads, it actually issued a series of registration sounds, then disappeared without a trace. This shows the power of this season. At this moment, there is only one red figure left, and the Taoist priest has a bead in his hand. The next second this bead, it has disappeared into the hands of the Taoist priest. The red figure fell against the mountain, now lying on the ground weakly. The Taoist priest rushed up immediately when he saw this, a yellow symbol attached to the head. The red figure? I'm on fire right now. The whole house was filled with cries of pain. Not a quarter of an hour, the figure disappeared into ashes, looking at the ashes on the ground. Instead, he took a long breath. Later, Tianli also resumed ordinary life.